Hello everyone. This video is about building pages using Visual Composer. In this case, we are just going to create a row with this content here that we see on the theme preview, which is the blog page or the blogging page. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how with Visual Composer you can create this section here. Okay. So let's try and create a page like this. So from your dashboard, let's go and add a new page. And in this case, we have a blog page with some content before. So on the page template, let's select the blog page. And let's give our page a title. We are not going to use it in terms of, it's not going to be displayed, but let's give our page a title. And let's see here our blog page options. So sidebar, we don't want a sidebar, so let's select the option to hide it. General layout, we have the masonry on that other page. We don't have the content being limited. Categories, let's show them all. We want to have a filter above the thumbnails, and it's aligned to the right here. You see it's aligned to the right side. Navigation type, we have here the load more button, so show load more posts button. Instead of this, you can have some arrows, next posts and previous posts. Display features slider before the content, no. And let's hide the page title, because instead of the page title, as I was telling you, we are going to create a row with this type of content. So let's see how our page is looking at this moment. So it's kind of empty. I mean, it's not empty, but it doesn't have that old section. But here's our blog with our filter and with our posts that were generated with a one-click install feature. So let's just add a row, which is what this video is about. So let's select here using Visual Composer. Let's select Add Element and Row. And our row has a background image. So let's start by clicking on the pencil to edit the row properties, and let's on the background, let's select image, and I already have here the image that's being used on the theme preview, and let's set this as our image. On the theme preview we have a parallax effect, so here on the background image behavior you may want to select parallax effect too. And usually the first row I choose to preload the background image. I don't want the content to be shown before this image is loaded, so I usually select this option, but it's entirely optional. And in terms of row, that's all for now. We are going to add some space here before and after the content, but I want to leave it like this so that you understand how we can adjust this when we are near the end, okay? So for now we have our row, but it's still empty. So on this sample here we have some text here, a title, some text and an image. So let's adjust the row layout, which is more or less 2/3, 1/3. I think that's what I have here. And let's add a style title here on the right side. And let's just copy this text here. Let's use it. In terms of alignment, the text is aligned to the left. It's using headings font. The font weight, I think it's bold on the theme preview. The title size is large. The color is white. No italic font style. Bottom margin, I don't think we are going to need it. We are going to want this option append aligned to the title. Yes. It's there are multiple heights in terms of thickness, but this is the one that I'm using on the theme preview. Let's also force a color for our appended line, which is the same blue as on the theme preview. And you can also set up a width here. I think it's more or less like this. And we are done here in terms of the title. Let's just update our page and let's see how it's starting to, if it's starting to look like we want. So here's our row and here's our title. And I didn't add any space before because I want you to see that what can happen when you when you add a row. So basically we need to add some space here before and some space after the content. So it's very easy. You can use a theme element called vertical spacer to add some space between the elements, but in this case, because it's for the whole row, on the row settings you can just come here and add some padding above the content, so something like this, and also some padding after the content. On the theme preview I'm using these values, I think. So let's save and let's update again. And I'm sure now that our row is starting to look more or less like what we want. So what do we need here besides this? We need to have this text here, which I'm going to copy right away, and then this image. So let's here on our row, let's add a text block, and I'm going to paste the text that I had on the other side. And this text is also white, so let's on the text color, let's make it white and save. And then here we have an image, which is that signature, so single image. And let's add our image. I already have it here too. So let's save. And this image that I have uploaded is big. I mean, it's double the size that I wanted because I want it to look good on Retina devices. So I uploaded an image that has double the size that I want. So here I select that I want to have the full image size, but in this case I want to say that this is a Retina image, so that the theme scales the image to 50%. So save changes. You don't need to worry about this Retina images thing if you don't mind that it doesn't show or it doesn't display so well on Retina devices, but I always like to have the theme optimized for those devices too. So here's our blog page, and here's our row. As you can see, it's very close to what we have here. I just want to tell you that in terms of spacing, I think I have some extra space here after the title and also here between the text and the signature. So if you want to have some space after the title, as you also have a margin that you can have. So I'm going to put here 6. Maybe this is a little bit too much. And between the text and the image, you may want to have, and I want to also show you that you can, sorry, not here, you can add a vertical spacer, which is basically something that you can add to add space between elements. And I'm going to, in this case, I'm going to add a big space. I know this is too much, but I want you to see the difference. So save. So what I'm doing now here is I'm saying that I want to have 20 pixels between the text and the image. So update, which will be too much, like I'm telling you, but I want you to see the difference. So there's some extra space here after the title, and there's also 20 pixels here between these two elements. And in terms of page building, these are the basics. You can add more rows to any page and much more elements to any row, but the point of this video was just to show you how to create that row. Now you can explore all these elements that are available and add them to, as I was saying, any page. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching.